What's up, everybody? Hope y'all can see us. My other computer over here just, I don't know, for some reason it lags behind a little bit. So I'm hoping everybody can see us. I hope y'all are having a wonderful, blessed day today. And it did. There it is. So
The one true.
wanted to come on tonight and talk about fake preppers, man. Um, we excuse me. It seems everybody got called out to be a fake prepper, but I thought maybe I'd give it a little bit of time for everybody to come in, see if anybody else is going to come and watch us tonight, Ghost, and just wanted to start off by saying hello to everybody in the chat. Got JH556, Trusting God, Miss Prepping Plumber, awesome to see you back. Red Tyrant Hunter, Brenda, got Tooth Fairy, Julie Cleary, Tennessee Tactical One. What's up? Oh, fake Tactical Tennessee. SARS-CoV 219. Boy, Shift Kicker. Mayhem Studios. Another faker, man. Look at all these fake people up in here, man. What do you think about this, Ghost? I mean, having all these fake people come up in here. Patriot Sandwich Maker, I see you. Coming here giving us Japhet. Giving us a bad name, man. What do you think, Ghost?
I don't know. All my opinions are fake, so.
All right. Oh my gosh, Demeter, Susanna, Gardner Josh, Joe Morgan, Kicking It Homestead, Patricia, Guardsman, what's up, brother? Ronnie Braun, G2, Crazy Irish, what's up?
Hutch,
the man. I'm too afraid to call Hutch fake because he lives too close to me, man. He might drive down here and kick my tail, and that wouldn't be nothing fake about that.
Yeah, right.
Virginia, what's happening? So I tell y'all what, I wanted to man, I'm getting text messages like crazy here. All right, so I wanted to kind of do I was going to do an unboxing video on a couple of things that I'd gotten from a wonderful subscriber that I have. I talked to this person for like an hour and a half on the phone, and in my fakeness, non-fakeness, tried to actually make sure that, I was like, are you sure you want to do this? It's because I honestly, I appreciate when somebody sends me something. I really do, man. It's awesome. I appreciate when somebody is super chatted me or whatever, and I want to let everybody know again that nobody has to do this stuff, and I think we all understand that, and I think that it's not that it's necessarily that we expect anybody to do anything for us, or that anybody feels like they have to do something for somebody else. It's all in love for each other, to show appreciation, to show friendship, kindness. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's and then like Prepper Tribe and like you, Ghost, I like to super chat y'all just to give y'all a hard time, man. $5-10. It's just fun. I enjoy doing that stuff. So wanted to do a little quick unboxing here to start out the deal. I'm gonna turn this around here so y'all don't make fun of my shop over here in the background. It's messy. I've been doing a lot. So I got this in the mail first. And I don't know if anybody knows what that is or not. Ghost.
I hear you.
And he got up and walked off from me. Left me alone. That gum fake. Do you think? Oh, there he is. I was going to say, do you think that's one of them fake moments? He's really not there, but he is. So you know what this is?
Yeah, I do.
Boy, look.
Pressure. Your pressure canner. That's your jar separator.
Yeah, looky there. Nice, son.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And my green screen. But y'all can see it's a canning kit. Comes with even a timer. Includes a digital timer, a canning funnel, bubble remover, magnetic lid lifter, jar lifter, kitchen tongs, and a jar wrench.
Gardener Josh just gave you some fake money.
What? Gardener Josh, I'm gonna give you a fake hug. How about that? Thank you so much, Gardener Josh. That's freaking awesome, man. I appreciate that. Now let's get to the big thing here. I hadn't even got to open this up, man. I've been so busy. Get my fake knife here. See what we got in here. It's really not sharp either. I'm just faking this. So, well, let's see what we got here, y'all. Oh my goodness! Look at here.
There.
Let me pull the stuff off of it. Oh man, looky there. 23 quart pressure canner. And look at here. What y'all think?
Nice.
When I talked to the person who sent it to me, they said they really didn't want to be their name to be put out there on this, because that's not what they were doing it for. So I wanted to tell that person, you know who you are. Thank you so much, deeply to my heart. It means a lot to me. And I just can't see. I mean, I just can't say how much I do greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
So thank y'all so much. Thank you so much. You know who you are, and I do appreciate it. So, what do you say? Man, we got 70 freaking people in here watching, Ghost. Good gosh. Look at all these fake preppers. All right, so I wanted to, what I wanted to do is, you know, I don't really care one way or another if the guy was talking about me, if he was talking about Ark Wildman, if he was talking about Prepper Tribe. A lot of people has told me he was really talking about Grim, is what I've been told. I've been told this multiple times already. I just got a message a while ago from a very good friend of mine who said that said the same thing, and I've gotten several text messages and everything about this. All right, so I wanted to. To me, it doesn't matter too much exactly. It's what matters to me is, you know, just exactly what I wanted to do was I wanted to go over fake preppers. I wanted to go over, you know, preppers and different aspects of the whole prepping thing. Okay. So Ghost, what do you think about all this? You know, I mean, you've kind of seen everything going on.
Well, I went to his channel and checked it out and his videos and stuff. And he's got a whole series of videos, probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 videos at least on just Grim Survival. You know, digging into that whole situation, following the court case, putting up the dates out there, the legal documents that are anybody can get. So he's reporting secondhand knowledge or secondhand news on somebody, you know, just to get the attention and to get the attention. Basically, he's a lazy attention W word, but you know, the for him just singling out, you know, preppers and survivalists and homesteaders and calling everybody fake, it's more of the same stuff. It's just somebody hungry for attention, trying to get views. I mean, if you go into a community with hundreds of thousands of people and you call them all idiots and fakers, yeah, you're going to get some attention. I mean, look what we're doing right now. We're talking about him. We didn't know who he was 72 hours ago. Now everybody's talking about him and he's getting attention. You know, that's all he's doing. It's just, you know, he wants to dog on YouTube and content creators, you know, putting videos out there and making a little bit of money here and there. And like, that's a bad thing. But I mean, he's got the subscribe button right over his shoulder on his bookcase behind him. And he's out here fishing for views just so he can get views. So he makes what? Money, you know, from his AdSense, you know. So he's the pot calling the kettle black. He's funny. I mean, his video was hilarious to me.
Hey, Christy. Hey, Christy Jennings. I wanted to tell y'all, Christy, I see what you had put, and I do want to say, should he show up, as long as he ain't saying nothing like really ugly, because he was in the chat the other night on Prepper Tribe's video and on his live stream, and the guy was honestly respectful. I mean, he, you know, so I do not want anybody to kick him out, mods, just because he comes in here. Now, if he comes in here and starts, you know, getting ugly and talking stupid, you know, anybody that does that, you know, so anyway, so yeah, the one thing that I wanted to really touch on tonight, Ghost, was that, you know, someone like that, you know, the prepping community, we have a really tough time as it is anyway, because, you know, think about it like this. You know, they already, you know, people out there already think that we're crazy and, you know, we're tinfoil hat and yada yada. And then, you know, people like this who comes out and does videos like this, see, it really gives everybody a bad name, including him on his own self, you know, because who wants to be a prepper like that? You know what I'm saying? If somebody is interested in prepping and you know, thinking, man, you know, I want to kind of get into this a little bit, and then they see someone like that make a video, well, that just throws a new person off, and, you know, a new person's going to be like, man, hold on, I don't know if I want to do this or not. You know, I'm sure not going to watch any of these channels. They're all fake, you know. You know what I'm getting at there, Ghost, on that?
But, you know, and it's kind of messed up. I'll play devil's advocate right now, but I can honestly tell you there are probably people in the prepping community that have a YouTube channel that are absolutely fake. I promise you right now, there are people out here in this community that make videos and probably go live. You know, I don't know any of them personally, but I know for a fact just by the numbers that they're out there, and they're faking it to make it. I mean, they're not preppers. They probably don't have any long-term food storage or anything else, but they're telling you how to do it because it's a niche in a community that already has people. So they're trying to carve out a little corner of the world. You know, maybe eventually, if it really starts working good for them, maybe they'll go buy a few bags of rice and they'll show you how to dry can some rice in the oven, or you know, a skill. I mean, yeah, it's a simple skill. It's one of the first things you learn how to do is to can your rice and beans, but it is technically a skill. So even though they started out fake, you know, the community itself and the content may kind of push them over the corner a little bit to where they actually have to start prepping. Because if you're going to do a prepping channel and talk about prepping and teach people how to do things, you're going to have to get the stuff. You know what I mean? You're going to eventually have to show you doing something with the stuff. So you can't be fake forever.
Right. Well, and You know, that's the whole thing. So, you know, I wanted to talk about different aspects and of prepping and everything. And, you know, the very first thing I would like to say, and, you know, whoever disagrees can disagree and whoever agrees can agree. But this is my number one total thought on it is money does not make you a prepper. Okay. I want to be very clear on that. Money does not make you a prepper. Okay. What, you know, there are so many different things of prepping that, you know, people need to understand. You know, prepping your mind, that doesn't cost you anything. It really doesn't cost you anything. Now, true enough, yes, if you go, you know, purchase books and things like that, but there is so much information online for free. Not to mention your hey native, what's going on? Um not to mention the fact that, you know, you have a certain set of knowledge, you know, from experience. Okay, that also helps you to be a prepper. You know, because think about it for a minute. You know, if you've never had a flat tire, and then you get a flat tire and you learn how to change that flat tire, is that not some level of prepping? You know what I'm saying? Because you make sure that your spare is good, things like that, and, you know, carrying that spare tire on you, that's a form of prepping. You know, now maybe you can't afford to go out and buy a rim and tire that looks exactly like the one on your vehicle. Maybe you got to settle for the donut tire. But you know what? At least you got a freaking spare tire, and that makes you somewhat of a level of prepper. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Wide Family, what's going on? Mad Shad, Monty, Southern Belle, Teacher, what's up? Toothberry, SARS-CoV. All right. So, Hoot Owl, what's happening? So, you know, these are some of the things that I really wanted to kind of dig into tonight, you know, and try to show everybody that not everybody is like this guy. We're not all going to come out and, you know, if I have so much food and so much this and so much that, you know, you've seen my water catchment system, but I can guarantee you, if I see somebody that's collecting rainwater in 5-gallon buckets because that's all they can afford to do or that's all they've got right now, I'm not going to call this person a fake prepper. I'm going to encourage that person. You know, I'm going to tell that person, man, that's freaking awesome. You know, any way you can collect rainwater is awesome. You know, if you know, to water your garden with, I mean, it's extra, it's extra water. You know, maybe it's just your water goes out for a couple of hours. You know what I'm saying? And you need to go to the bathroom. You know, you've got 5 gallons of water there to flush your commode with.
Right.
What's up, SMF? How are you doing?
I mean, you know what? I looked at his videos, and it's a lot of commentary, a lot of talk and no content. At least the videos I watched 6 or 7 of them, and it was all talking about something or about someone. He wasn't showing any necessary life skills. He was doing no teaching at all. He was complaining, and he was pointing out other people's faults in his eyes. And you know, when I look at him and I watch the videos and I listen to the tone of his voice and I see his mannerisms and I see how he carries himself and the state of his house and his yard and things like that, and the first thing that comes to mind, he's a yuppie prepper. He's probably a liberal, and he's doing this yuppie thing, and he has, in his own mind, he has elevated himself above the rest. When honestly, there is no caste system when it comes to prepping. You provide for your family or yourself the best way you can. You know, it's a lifestyle. It's not a status. You know, and he looks down on the way everybody else does it, because in his mind, he's the only one that's doing it the correct way. You know, that's what I get from this guy.
What was his name again, Ghost?
Secret Stuff.
Secret Stuff. Okay. The Stars Prepper was asking. I guess a couple of people didn't know who we were talking about. So yeah, it's secret. What'd you
Yeah, I
call
mean,
him?
you're not missing anything if you don't
Secret.
go to his channel, you don't watch the videos, okay? Because you're not missing anything. You're getting more content. You're getting more out of his videos listening to us talk about it than you will listening to him talk. I mean, for example, when Native did his show a couple nights ago on this issue and brought this to light, um, Native had twice as many views on that live stream as this guy did on the video that we were talking about. The very next day, he barely had 400 views on this so controversial video just because people in this community aren't even going to put any weight to it. They're not going to go watch it.
Right. Well, I want everybody to understand, and for anybody that watches this video in the future, if you're new to prepping, I want you to understand that this community right here, and I can tell you for sure myself, I can tell you this man right over here does a show every Saturday night on canning, and that's all they do is they walk you through it. This man will walk you through canning. I'm going to be on this show hopefully this coming Saturday night. I want to learn how to can, and this community right here will go to all kinds of links. Deuced up with Nikki the other morning had a problem with her water heater, and there were 2 or 3 people on there that helped her and walked her through it to get her. There was a leak somewhere, yada yada. Anyway, 2 or 3 people jumped right on it and started helping her out to get her set until the plumber could get there. You know, um, and that's one of the things that I want people to. Golly, this chat is jumping hard. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I only have canned goods, candles, water jugs, flashlight, lighters, etc. But I would never put down any prepping person. I mean, but see that is a level of prepping. You know, any. I mean, look, each person, all right, I want everybody to understand this. Each person, has a certain level of what they think. I don't think anybody that's a prepper really is ever satisfied with what they got. But I can tell you, when the toilet paper wars of 2020 hit, I had nothing to worry about. I had no fear, and I'm not a fake freaking prepper. Okay, um, I had that covered. You know what I'm saying? We could have went another month without toilet paper, and I'd have been just fine. You know what I'm saying? No problems whatsoever. So I want everybody to understand this, that look, you know, just because you don't have $100,000 bunker, okay? Just because you don't have 6 years worth of food, or you don't have, that doesn't mean you're not a prepper. That doesn't mean that you're not doing a good job at what you're doing, okay? Maybe you can only afford 3 extra cans on payday, just because that's the way your bills are. That's just the way things are. And you know what? You getting you getting them 3 extra cans is freaking awesome. And I think anybody out there that is trying to do anything whatsoever that they can to better themselves is freaking awesome. And I'm going to support you 100%. And I will never ever talk bad about you just because you may not have as much as I do, or maybe you got more. I don't know, but I'm never going to talk bad about you ever. Go ahead, Ghost.
I'm listening to you speak that knowledge, man.
Well, I'm just, man, I mean, I kind of thought about this all day, and it was like, it really upsets me, man. Whether he was talking about me or not, or whether he's ever even knows who I am, I don't even care one way or another. What I do care about is that people like that hurt the community. They give the community a bad name. They give us a bad name. There's nothing fake about anything I've seen on here. Like I said, gosh dang, man. I mean, maybe you only got enough food for 2 weeks saved up right now. Freaking awesome. I'm grateful that you got that. I've said this before, and I want to say this again. each person that we help get prepped, even if it's just for an extra 2 weeks, a month, whatever it may be, that's one less person that we've got to worry about when the shift does happen. You know, maybe it's just a freaking something happens to your local power station and it's going to be 4 days before they can get the power back up. You know, maybe it's just something happens, you only got one store in your town and the freaking and the store burns down. You know what I'm saying? God forbid. You know, but all I'm saying is if you got that extra couple of days of food, that extra month, if you are working towards it, you are a freaking prepper and you are awesome.
Yeah, he's, you know, it's just typical. I mean, he's just searching for attention. He picked the community. You know, he's been in the community for a while, and he's got very few subscribers and hardly any views on his videos. And here's the thing. I mean, he's good in front of the camera. He speaks cleanly and clearly. He's easy to watch, easy to listen to as far as technical wise with his internet type skills and his bunker. And, you know, his production value is decent. The problem is it's his personality. He's getting no traction in the community because the community is going to sniff you out real quick if you're, i.e., fake, or if they think that the knowledge that you're sharing is either right or wrong, or if it's delivered in the correct manner. I mean, you and I can sit here and say the exact same thing word for word, but deliver it two totally separate ways. One way is going to work, the other way might not. You know, we can do identical videos and drop them tomorrow, and one of us can do it in a very teachable learning type way, and the other person can just be judgmental and laugh the entire time, like, I can't believe you people don't know how to do this. And you'll see which one gets more traction. I mean, he's mad at the community because the community shut him down because he's been here for a while and he's getting no traction. And the only way he can get any traction is to start, you know, dogging on other people.
Ghost, do you care if I tell Jeff? I mean, I'll give Jeff Berry do you still got the what would Ghost do?
Yeah.
Okay. Jeff Berry, if you don't mind, it's Ghost. You go ahead and tell him the email to send that to.
wwgdquestions@gmail.
Oh, so Jeff, if you don't mind to do that, he'll look it over and he'll hit me up about it and stuff. Backwoods and prepping. I have a question. I'm stocking Protein Powers bar. I have 24 jugs of green, 24 jugs peas, rice, jugs of whey protein. Good or not? I drink protein every day. Ghost, maybe can you answer that a little bit? I've never really messed with the protein stuff.
It doesn't matter what kind of food you're storing, as long as it's edible and it gives you nutritional value, it's a step in the right direction. Me, I personally don't do the protein drinks. Even when I was a hardcore weightlifter, I didn't even do them. I tried them. I just couldn't deal with I just didn't like the powdery flavor or whatever. I'd rather just eat. But yeah, I mean, anything that you put away, I mean, there are a lot of preppers that stock a lot of the protein powder, and I think it's a really, really, really good thing to have. Myself, I stock a lot of the protein bars, you know, the granolas and the breakfast bars and things like that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good thing to have.
I do the protein bars and stuff too myself.
Well, they're just easy to throw in your bag and go. They're packed full of calories. They're good.
But you know,
I was just telling Jeff, thank you. He said he's going to send an email tomorrow.
Oh, okay, cool. But I just wanted everybody to understand that, you know, no matter what, I think my personal opinion is that there are certain levels of preppers. Okay, there's and none of them are bad. There is nothing bad there. You know what I'm saying? I think that I think that one of the things that I look at is, I had a certain thing in my mind that I prepped towards. You know what I'm saying? A certain goal.
Right.
And for me, it was a year's worth of food. You know what I'm saying? And it was water filtration. Then were two, and then freedom seeds. I have the freedom seed spreaders, but the freedom seeds was more important to me than having a whole bunch of freedom seed spreaders. And then the the water filtration and the food were the other two things. And then I also some medical stuff, and I wanted, once I reached that goal, anything else that I do outside of that is just extra preps. I have a lot of canned foods, and I'm talking about can of Chef Boyardee raviolis. You know what I'm saying? Some canned meat. I have a lot of this stuff, but I also have a lot of stuff in my freezer, and that's why I wanted to start canning. Was to get all of this stuff out of my freezer and can it so that it'll be preserved. In that way, if a grid down. So see, even though I've got over a year's worth of food stored up in some places and stuff, and some several water filtration systems and things like that, I'm still not a perfect prepper. Nobody's a perfect prepper. But I'm learning as I go. So there is nothing fake about that. I went to a level and I'm like, okay, I reached this goal. All right, now how can I better myself? Okay, and guys and gals, if your goal is to have 2 weeks worth of food storage, let's say a water filtration system and $500 cash. All right, freaking awesome. Get that goal, hit that goal, do what you got to do to get to that goal. Then once you get to that goal, guess what? You can look at it and say, well, you know what? I think maybe really a month's worth of food would be better for me. You just have to do what you feel good about. I can stand here and tell you, guys and gals, tomorrow, by gosh, y'all better get ready. A CME is going to hit, and then there's going to be a nuclear detonation over here, and they're going to do this to us. And I can spit this doom and gloom all day long and try to scare the crap out of you. But the real truth of the matter is I can't tell you what's going to happen 5 minutes from now, and neither can anybody else. What you need to do is you need to make sure that you feel comfortable about where you're at. I'm not saying that you're satisfied. Never be satisfied. Never, ever, ever be satisfied with bettering yourself. And I mean that not just in prepping. I mean that in every aspect of your life. Never be satisfied of where you're at. Always strive to be better, but learn how to be comfortable. Go ahead, Ghost. I'm getting on a tyrant here.
I'm just soaking it in, man. It's that people think that I'm not judging anybody, but it's like people get into this prepping thing and there's some kind of popular misconception that there's a finish line. Right. You know what I mean? Or it's a race, or there's like a trophy you get at the end when you have a certain amount of stuff put away, or you reach the 2-week goal that you set, or the 2-year goal that you set, that all of a sudden you can take a deep breath and relax a little bit. That's true. You can. If you have a comfort zone, you can kind of kick back and go, All right. And then you look at all the stuff that you've done. You've addressed the combo, you've addressed medical, you've addressed food, water, you've addressed security, the whole 9 yards, power. Once you hit all the points that you need to be somewhat prepared, and you can take a deep breath and relax a little bit, then you got to look at what you got and analyze it and figure out what area are you weakest in and how can you plug the holes. So it's a never ending thing. There is no finish line. You know what I mean? I don't think I'll ever be fully prepared for anything. I'm ready, but I'm not completely and fully prepared for anything.
Right on. And seeing that's the whole point of prepping, is that you strive to be better and better each day, each time you get to that comfort zone, and that's what I think is very important, is that you get to a certain comfort zone that you're like, okay, I've got this much, I know this much stuff. I know how to do this. I can start a fire 4 or 5 different ways. I can do this. I can do that. I'm at a comfort zone. Okay. And like you said, then you sit back and you go through and you start to do some prioritizing, and how you do that is you look and you say, well, you know what? I've got a, like myself, I have a zero water filter. Okay. It's a great little water filter. It's not as good as a Berkey, but I kept on until I could find the Berkey. You know what I'm saying? And I finally got a Berkey. So I strive to, I got to that comfort zone, and let me tell you something. If you don't think I won't take that zero water filter out there to my water catchment system and put some water to it and drink it, because I know it's going to be safe because of the way I've got my water catchment system set up. So you see what I'm saying? My zero water filter is going to be great. So, I've always tried to encourage people, look, do not be discouraged if you can't afford a Berkey. Do not be discouraged, because a zero water filter, a Life Straw, may not be as good as a Sawyer Mini, but by gosh, at least you've got some type of water filtration, and so I always want to encourage people. I never want to discourage people, ever. Never be discouraged, people, never.
I mean, if having a Berkey's great. I love mine. I built mine a couple of years ago and I love it. It's awesome. But, that's still, you got a couple $100 in it. If you go the cheap route, you can go up $500, $600, $700 on the expensive, huge ones. But you can also just go down to Walmart and get you a Sawyer Mini for, $15, $20, and it's gonna clean up to, if not more than, 100,000 gallons of water. That's an option for everybody, to go spend $20 on a Sawyer Mini.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, your water filtration needs are taken care of for quite a while.
Yeah, and that's I'm still getting text messages. But go ahead, Ghost. This is my boss man. I gotta answer his text real quick.
I was just saying, if you've got, especially if you're new to prepping, you've got all these different areas to hit. You got to get food, you got to get water, you got to have security, you need commo, you need medical, you need all these different areas that you need to bring to a certain level, and you want to bring them up together. You kind of want to do a little bit of food, a little bit of water, a little bit of security, a little bit of medical, and try to keep everything on the same plane. It doesn't do you any good to have 2 months worth of water and no food, no security, none of that stuff. You kind of want to bring them on together. Now, obviously, number one, water filtration is the number one thing on anybody's item, period. Water is where you start first. I don't care what anybody tells you different than that. Oh, you got to get food first. No, you get water first, because you can go, 3 weeks without food. You can only go about 3 days without water. That's if you're sitting on your butt not doing anything. So you've got to have the water. Even if you don't have any food, you've got water, and you got about 3 weeks to get you some food, but you've got water. It's like your vehicle. You cannot have the air conditioner charged, but you can have gasoline in it, and it can still be a functional vehicle. It's just a little bit hot. until you can get to the mechanics to get your AC fixed. You know what I mean? So always start with water. And if you can't afford a Berkey, or you don't have the materials that you need to build a rainwater catchment system, take your butt down to Walmart, spend $20 on a Sawyer Mini. That's 100,000 gallons of clean water. You can put that to the side, and you can put a big check mark beside the water, and then you can move on to food and security and commo and medical and all those other things that you need to do, and you can stair step them up a little bit. Now, once you get, a year or 2 or 6 months or whatever you're comfortable with, if you come across an IVC tote or a Berkey, or you come across a little bit of cash and you want to build your own Berkey or something like that, you can go back and you can add more to your water filtration. But if you want to put a real big, quick check mark, get you a Sawyer Mini.
Prepping 101. Just wanted to tell you, I almost ate all the mustard, but I saved some just for you.
I'm being silly, guys. Hey, so seriously, so yeah, the whole thing, let's see. Oh, hey, Fishes, Lowe's and Live, how you doing? So, I was going to say about what Arkansas Nanny said a little bit ago here. With she says oh, let me find it again.
I saw it.
Yeah, about the life straw. Hey, freaking awesome, man! You got a life straw. You know what I'm saying? That is better than nothing. And as soon as you can, stop by the store and check out the Sawyer Minis. They are great. They are actually better than the life straw. But I'm gonna tell you, I have probably 10 or 12. I don't know. I got all kinds of life straws all over the place, and I got a Sawyer Mini, and I plan on buying another Sawyer Mini. It's $20. You can get the $30 Sawyer Mini that has a little bag thing with it and yada yada. But hey, a $20 Sawyer Mini is great, and that's the one thing that I want everybody to understand, about this whole fake prepper stuff, and that's why I put the title as fake preppers. Like, what is a fake prepper?
I'll tell you exactly what a fake prepper is. I have the perfect definition of a fake prepper. This guy's secret stuff. Okay, if you watch his video that Tribe ripped apart the other night, he talks about how he goes out onto the Blue Ridge Parkway or the Adirondack Trail or whatever, and his pack that he carries, he'll go for 4 days and it only weighs 23 pounds. Well, the moment you heard that, you should have clicked to another channel, because that is complete BS. You want me to tell you why? Because for 4 days hiking a trail, that's 3 gallons a day of water you're going to need to have just to drink. We're not counting water you're going to need to rehydrate your freeze-dried food, or any kind of water that you're going to need to cook something with, or any kind of water that you're going to use to clean something with. We're talking about just drinking water. For 4 days, you need 3 gallons per day. A gallon of drinking water weighs 8.33 pounds per gallon. So 3 gallons a day is over 20, so call it 25 pounds, okay? So that's 25 times 4. That's 100 pounds of just water you're going to need to carry for your 4-day jaunt through the woods. But his pack only weighs 23 pounds for 4 days. All right, that's what we call simple math, and that's something that a fake prepper would say. Okay. Now I'm waiting for him to do an update on his video and tell me, no, I bring the dehydrated water powder, and then he rehydrates it in the woods. Yeah, he's got that dehydrated water. Yeah, he's full of what, and I mean, if he gets traction, hey, if people want to watch him and actually believe that stuff, if people are so naive they don't do their own research, that's on them, man. I got nothing. I can't help them. I mean, if people are going to be that naive, I mean, all we can do is just try to show them the facts. I mean, I just showed you the facts. The weight of water does not change. I don't care if he's got special high speed super water is still 8.33 pounds per gallon, and you got to have 3 gallons a day if you're moving moderately. If you're really humping in the summer, you might need more than that.
But now wait, Ghost, are you sure now? Are you sure he didn't have dehydrated water?
That's what I just said.
Oh, okay.
Might have had that
I'm sorry.
dehydrated water powder.
I got you. I got it.
That's the only way he's going to make it with 23 pounds for 4 days in the woods humping. He better have some of that dehydrated water. Because
that's why I did.
You know, his camera crew and his wife must be riding behind him on the 4-wheeler carrying 100 gallons of water or 100 pounds of water.
Yeah, that's why I didn't hear that, because like somebody said, the chat is jumping real bad, and it's jumping.
Of course, he's probably one of those guys that you know, puts a message on his Facebook channel and says he's going camping, and to him, going camping is driving a $100,000 RV to a park where he plugs up to electricity and has running water. To him, that's camping. You know, he's roughing it.
Well, you know, the thing about it is that, you know, okay, so what I got from part of that video, watching it the other night, okay, is here's the thing. I don't have $100,000 bunker, so I guess I'm a fake prepper. And see, and here's something else that really kind of tripped me out about this whole ordeal, was he said if you bug in, you just committed suicide.
Yeah.
And yet,
but he's $100,000 bunker.
Bugging in, he's going to bug in a bunker. And I'm thinking to myself, but you know, I'm going to tell you something about a bunker. Okay. A bunker, if you get somebody with any kind of intelligence whatsoever, you understand that there has to be, okay, there has to be an air system in that bunker. Now, you can have some kind of special, funny air circulator or something, but there has to be a fresh air intake. Okay, there has to be some way to get air inside that bunker. Air does not just appear out of nowhere. Okay, so you get someone that understands this and discovers that that there's a bunker. Rip Curl, our good old buddy Rip Curl, showed us how easy it is to make a smoke bomb. Now you can add some stuff to it, throw the smoke bomb in the air intake. Guess what? Homeboy's coming out of there. So you want to talk about, really, I mean, if you just want to just kind of do a little quick thing of where you're committing suicide at, I think getting in a bunker is the worst thing. And to me, that's my opinion. I think getting in a bunker is one of the worst ideas ever, because you are trapped in the ground. You are there. That's where you're at. Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah, you may have 2-3 years supply, whatever. As long as your air supply doesn't get discovered, that's where you mess up. You know what I'm saying? There has to be air. And that's the only bad thing to a bunker.
If you're going to be in a bunker, you better have a secure air supply, multiple secure vents, and you better have more than one escape route, more than one exit from the bunker. Because, yeah, I mean, all I need is an infrared scope. If I know you're in a bunker in a certain area, all I need is an infrared scope, and I can watch the heat plume rising from the vent exhaust, and I know where you're at.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing, is that, you know, we need to yeah, and that's another thing, you know. Obviously, my personal thing. Hey, Bioxo, what's going on, bud? My personal thing, I wouldn't want to destroy the stuff inside of the bunker, because I'm figuring there's probably, you know, a lot of goods and supplies down in there, but I'm going to want that guy out of there. And you know, it's real easy. You know, you just send some smoke down, you You know, you cover the air vents up. Sooner or later, guess what? He's coming out of there. Need a casting of human.
Yeah. You definitely want to disguise it, and that's a good place to put it. You know, through a hollow tree is a real good place to put it.
Yeah. So, you know, I just, like I said, you know, I really wanted to come on tonight and discuss some of this. You know, I wanted to really convey a message tonight of nobody, that even if you just have gotten yourself to 1 week worth of food, that is extra from what you're normally have, you know, you are doing the prepping thing. Do you understand that the spare tire in your vehicle, and making sure your spare tire is good, making sure you have, let's say, a fire extinguisher in your house, that is a form of prepping. You are prepping in case there is a fire. You are prepping in case you have a flat tire. That all of this stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn how to slow chat down. I'm not sure how to do that. I really have no clue of how to do that. But you know, the thing about it is that I grew up in the woods my whole life. Okay, so you know, when I say backwoods, I live in town. But because I put backwoods on here, that doesn't mean I'm fake. You know where I spent all day yesterday was in the woods, running a chainsaw, you know, glopping off limbs, chainsawing, you know, doing all this kind of stuff. All right, prep for it. I see that. Yeah, I never thought I would have this many people ever watch me, guys, so I never checked into it. I'm humble like that, you know, I really am. But so, you know, I just want everybody to understand that if you are trying to get yourself a filter system, even if you've got to save up for the next 3 months to get it, you are being a prepper. Okay, it is a good thing. Do not get discouraged by people like that fool that we listened to on Prepper Tribe the other night. Don't get discouraged by people like that. Listen to me, listen to Ghost, listen to Rip Curl, listen to Prep for It, you know, the Fishes Lowe's, John T, all you people out there, Lazarus, you know, Prepper Tribe, Native Voice, you know, the list goes on and on. Mad Shad has some great stuff he talks about in his videos. The Milkmaid, you know, everybody that I see, these people love doing this stuff. You know, you can be a homesteader, and you don't have to have 200,000 acres and 6,000 cows and 42 goats and 19 chickens and you know, a fresh egg McMuffin from McDonald's. By gosh, you know what? Don't listen to people like that. Just don't listen to people like that. Don't let people like that get you discouraged. You know,
Yeah.
continue to do what you do and better yourself and make it to where, you know, that you can sustain yourself in a bad situation, because it don't always have to be Mad Max shift situation. Okay, losing your job is a shift situation. I've been there, done that. I have not missed a meal. I have not missed my bills. I have not missed anything at all, because I'm a prepper. I prepped for, in case anyone ever, you know, in case I ever lost my job. You know, you can't know that you're out there working on the side of the freaking house and you fall off the ladder and you break your leg. And maybe you don't have the insurance for it, but you know what? If you've got some extra food storage and you got some money saved up, you got some extra things that you have prepped for, that is a real prepper.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, don't get me wrong. I think bunkers are awesome. They're another tool to have in the toolbox when used correctly. But when you're somebody that, all right, he's not doing any prepper knowledge, not teaching any skills. He's just criticizing everybody, but he's bragging on his $100,000 bunker. And he did actually do a video showing the bunker, and according to Prepper Tribe, it was pretty impressive. I haven't seen it, but what I'm saying is, he's the guy. He's the midlife crisis guy that's driven a Ford Pinto for his entire life, and he gets a little bit of money, and he goes down to the new car dealership, and he wants to buy a brand new ZR1 Corvette, and he don't know how to drive it. Okay, yeah, he still got a brand new ZR1 Corvette, but he don't know how to drive it. So you can have a $100,000 bunker, and that be your only backup. That's just a stupid way to look at life. A bunker is perfect for a major event, like, you know, bombings or a nuclear thing, or they come in great for, you know, tornadoes and natural disaster type things like that. And even in a shift situation, they would come in handy if you were forced to go completely underground and go dark and be silent and wait for the danger to pass. But if you're caught in a hole in the ground and you don't have multiple exits and multiple ways to egress, then you're stuck, you know. And then your survival comes down to how strong is your door and how good did you hide your air filtration, you know, because it's only a matter of time. You know, so the exits are very, very important. I love a bunker. I think bunkers serve a great purpose, but they do exactly that. They serve a purpose. It's not the end all be all.
Right. And I'm not saying I didn't, you know, a while ago, I didn't mean that I wouldn't take a bunker if I could get one. I would love to have one.
I was just talking because I saw a few things in the chat and I was just addressing it.
Right. And real quick, I wanted to say to let me find it again real quick.
You got a bunker and only one exit, that's not a bunker, that's a grave. If you've got a bunker, if you dug a hole in the ground, if you got a bunker and you got one door, one way in and one way out, that's a grave.
Red Tyrant Hunter, I just wanted to tell you, I actually thought about that a long time ago about, you know, man, what if, you know, shift happened. I mean, you can build some crutches, you know, no big deal, but I saw some at a yards. I saw some at a yard sale, man. They were like $5, dude, and I bought them. I was like, I'm gonna buy them.
That was one of the first things I got for my med kit was crutches.
Yeah, and so I've actually got 2 sets now, and it was just something I was like, man, they're easy to store. They don't take up no room, you know, and man, I run across them. They were cheap, you know. So hey, you know, just part of prepping. Hey, oh golly, hey, Hillbilly Homesteader, what's up, man? Let's see.
Zach's in here.
The Daily Prepper. See, there you go. And this is why I say there's nothing fake about this stuff. Okay. When we come on here and we talk about this stuff, man, we all learn constantly. And that, to me, that is just so awesome, man. That's why I love being in this community. I love listening to y'all guys as much as I can. I try to keep up with the videos, you know, everyday life. We all know we can't keep up with all of them, but you know, it's just, it's one of the coolest things, you know. Hey, Bigfoot, what's up?
Yeah, TT, if he's got a bunker and he's only got one way in, one way out, that's a grave. That's not a bunker. I mean, you might as well climb a tree. That's ridiculous. You've got to have, I would have multiple egresses.
Right. So, you know, just understand, you know, never ever belittle anybody. You know, if you say, hey Zach, what's going on, man?
Zachary.
What's up, Zach? That's my buddy Zach. Never be discouraged. Never discourage anyone, and never get discouraged from any idiot that tells you, well, if you ain't got this and you ain't got that, well, you're just screwed. Well, that's not true. Okay? It's not true. Don't listen to it. You know, go away from them kind of people and let them live in their fantasy land, because that's all they're doing. You know, they think that you know, them are the kind of people that guys like me look for in a shift situation, because I think they're easy targets and they don't deserve what they got just because of the way they act about it. And I would be the type of person that would go in and take his stuff and take it over to someone that only had 2 weeks worth, and they you know, so you know, to heck with that kind of person. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to listen to him. We don't have to put up with him. And I'm going to tell you, by golly, to keep prepping, keep doing what you can. You know, if you can't afford anything extra this week, then don't worry about it. You know, if you've only got $2 to save this week towards a Sawyer Mini, because trust me, I've been there. Okay, I understand. I'm there now. I ain't worked in 2 weeks because of all the dadgum rain we got. So I can't just run out and, you know, buy extra stuff. I have to buy just exactly what, you know, what it takes us for our daily lives. You know what I'm saying? Right now. But I do have my preps in there. You know, when I did have extra money, and when I do have extra money, I work on my preps. So everybody needs to understand that. That's what you need to keep doing. Everybody.
Yeah, definitely. So you gonna can some chicken with us this weekend?
Man, I'm going to work on that this week.
We got that special guest star, Sutton's Days, is coming on with us and teaching her recipe.
So.
Do what?
I'm sorry. My phone is blowing up here, man. Sorry.
We're canning Fishes and Loaves. Sutton's Days is gonna share her recipe for ugly chicken, the cold pack, on Saturday.
Awesome. So, does anybody in the chat have any questions or anything? I wasn't going to go long tonight just because I've had so much going on, and Prepper Tribe's going on live, and you know, I think we covered this topic pretty well. If anybody has any questions, please ask. I would love to you know, try to help any way I can. If there's any thing at all on stuff you've heard me talk about or seen me do, you know, from a little fish cleaning table to the growing the garden. By the way, I showed off some of my taters and tomatoes today.
Yeah, that was a good video, man. Them taters, man, you're gonna have a couple 300 pounds of potatoes if them things produce. That's a lot, man.
Did you see how big them taters was?
Yeah.
Looked like a freaking forest in there, didn't it?
Yeah. And that water really helped your tomatoes, man. Those things are taking off.
And you know,
I got to do a video of mine. My tomatoes are getting big. The dirt tomatoes look really, really good, but my hydroponic tomatoes, man, they are so green. I've never seen a shade of green that dark. They are like, I'm looking at them, I'm like, holy cow, they are so green, it's freaking me out.
Right.
I'm like, wow, yeah.
Let's see, what's Rip Curl saying here?
How do you preserve your taters? Daily Prepper, I just did that last night on the live stream. We canned, I canned 10 pounds and everybody else canned different amounts, but we you can pressure can them, or you can just store them in a cool, dry place, you know, preferably a root cellar or a galvanized trash can that you bury up to the lid right in your backyard, and they'll keep for the entire winter if you do them right.
And yes, and right here, Rip Curl, that's exactly 100% correct, and that is exactly why I continue to say the things that I do about, look, help each and every one out, man. Always help each other out. That's what I love about this community, man. Somebody will quickly, you know, help you out. You know, we got to understand this, you know, that each and every person out there that we get prepped is one less person we have to deal with when a bad situation comes around. Whether that sounds stingy or whether that sounds wrong or however it may sound, I want everybody to understand that each and every person that we help get prepped is one less person we're going to have to deal with when a bad situation comes around.
Yep. Yeah. Chris Lazarick, he canned with us last night.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I saw some of it, man. Like I said, I was in the middle of driving. I was so tired. Gosh dang, man. It was so hot yesterday out there in them woods, man. Sawing and moving, and you know, you could see the trees blowing up there. You know, there was some breeze, but there wasn't hardly any breeze down there in all them thick woods, man. It was hot.
Yeah.
Guys, gals, I want to go over there and show Prepper Tribe some love, and like I said, I think we are. I think we covered this well enough. If again, you know, anytime you have any questions or anything, hit me up on one of my you can do it. That's right on, Stuart. Right on. And so just if y'all ever have any questions for me, man, just right there in one of my videos, man, just make a comment. I do check my comments all the time. And so that's about all I've got, honestly. What's up, Prepper 101? Ark Wild Man. I did want to tell you that them 2 tomato plants that you saw in that video, I did put an egg underneath them.
I remember that video you showed. You said you did that.
Yeah. And the other 2 that was beside.
I'm gonna try to do a garden update tomorrow, and when I show you my squash, it's gonna blow your mind. I showed it to the people on the Cannon thing last night live.
Yeah,
man, it's insane. It's crazy how that rabbit manure works.
Prepper 101 says those tomato plants look fake. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think I want to get out of here and go over there and hang with Prepper Tribe and them. I actually have I'm gonna turn his video on. I've got his live stream. I've got a couple of things to do real quick while I'm listening here in my shop building. And so thank y'all so much for coming out and watching. And man, I had a really great time. I always do. I always love seeing all you guys. I learn a lot from a lot of people, man. I really do in these chats. I learn a lot. I even learned that Gardener Josh has a rooster that kicks his butt. And I'm not even sure what to think about that, But
yeah.
Gardener Josh.
Go do a fake love raid. Everybody's gonna go do a fake love raid on Tribe.
Yeah, let's do that.
A fake love raid.
Guardsman, I I've been on Dangerous Freedom some here and there, man. I'm just like tonight. I won't be able to. You know, I've got to be at work in the morning. We're way behind because of all the rain and everything. So I'm definitely gonna have to go to bed at a decent hour tonight. So anyway, guys and gals, that's it. Ghost, you got anything else?
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Well, we'll see y'all over there at Tribes, and God bless everybody. Everybody have a wonderful day, a wonderful evening, and I hope your week goes well. And just remember, when you prepare your mind properly, everything will fall into place. Backwoods and Ghost out.